So you ever looking for a good, cheap, well-performing Chinese pen? Well, I have a pen to show you today that I believe meets all that criteria. And I'm talking about the Asvine P50. I love the P50. It is a very nice pen. And for a Chinese budget pen, it writes really well. I've had this for a few weeks now. I've had it inked up. In fact, I'm running low on ink. I haven't had a problem with this. No hard starts. Nice smooth writing nib. It's a stainless steel nib. But for a sub $30 pen, this pen performs better than some of my most expensive pens. I know, it's crazy. Or is it a miracle? Who knows? But I know a lot of you guys out there are on a budget and you're looking for a good performing budget pen. And I want to let you know that Aspine has your back. I know. It's unbelievable. I know some of you guys out there are kind of Chinese pen snobs, and that's okay. Everybody has preferences and things that they prefer. And some people might actually not appreciate this Aspine because, well, it's a dupe. It is a dupe pen for the Aurora 88. They're very similar. So obviously this Aspine P50 was inspired by the Aurora 88. But let's see what you get for a whopping $28.50 plus tax on Amazon. All right, so first of all, it has a nice solid resin cap and barrel. The filling system is a piston filling system, and it has an ink window so you can pay attention to how much ink you have in there or how much you don't have in there. So I think that's really cool. It has a nice smooth, as I've already said, nice writing, stainless steel nib. I haven't had any problems with this nib. It wrote perfectly out of the box. It comes in extra fine, fine, and medium. I have a medium nib, so if you prefer a fine or extra fine nib, that option is there for you. Another thing about Aspine is that they also sell their nibs separately. So if you happen to drop this pen and you really mess up that nib, there is help out there. For $12, you can get 3 nibs and replace the nib. That is still cheaper than a lot of pens by buying spare nibs and the pen. It's like a no-brainer, seriously. So I think it's nice. I really enjoy the resin of this pen. What inspired me to get this pen was Estabrook actually had an auction last month or the month before, and it was prototype Estes, and one of those Estes had a resin very similar to this. So I went looking around online and I found this Aspine that had a very similar resin. I was like, oh my gosh. So at auction, I believe that pen, whoa, pardon, mwah. Sorry, I'm bumping this microphone. I'm still not used to it. It's positioned weird from the, it's positioned weird for me, but it's different from the last video. But I do want to put my cap back on this pen just in case I do drop it. I don't want to have to go spend $12 on the new nibs yet. This pen isn't that old. So anyway, back to the Estabrook pen. I was looking around Amazon, found this, and that pen, the Estabrook pen, I want to say that it sold at this auction on Whatnot for like $600 or $700. And granted, it is the only Estie in existence that looks like that. But I saw this and I was like, what a price difference between $28.50? Let me see, I've got my notes here right in front of me. I believe it's $28.50 plus tax compared to a $600 or $700 pen. I mean, come on, dude. But there's also on Amazon, you can find this pen with all kinds of different types of flecked resin. So if this isn't your party or your cup of tea or your preference. There are other options out there that don't look like this. So it's also very comfortable to use. It's a very nice pen. So compared to the Aurora 88, I don't know why I took the cap off. I just did because I want to show these pens next to each other. So you have the Aurora 88, very popular pen, very classic pen, but if you want an Aurora 88, it's going to set you back around $585. Now this was a special edition like years ago. I don't remember how much I spent on it, but it was not cheap. I do remember that. It was not cheap. But so let's compare the cheap Chinese pen. I'm sorry, the inexpensive Chinese pen. I don't want to put it down. It's not cheap. It's made very nice, actually. So let's put these two together. Both have a somewhat similar look. I will say that the Asvine pen does have a little bit more weight than the Aurora. The Aurora is definitely lighter. And they've been weighed. So the Aurora weighs 19.84 grams versus the Aspine, which is 22.5 grams. So there is a little bit of a weight difference. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So the difference between these two pens, let's take off these caps now. The nibs. From what I understand, the Aspine pen nib is made in-house. I mean, whatever that means exactly. Aspine might have a little place in their factory where they make all these special nibs. I don't know. I do know for sure that Aurora pens, their nibs are definitely made in-house. So you do have two pens with in-house made nibs. This is a stainless steel nib. This is a 18 karat gold nib. So there's a difference between the materials, of course. Both are smooth writers, very nice writers. This pen has a gold plated trim. This one does not. The clips are also different. I don't know if you saw the clips on these pens. So I'll just kind of put them up here like this for now. So the clip on the Aurora has like a little bulbous form at the end of it. And this one's just, it's a little more simplistic, a little austere, but it gets the job done. I mean, if you're a person that uses the pen clip at all. So the clips are different. There is one great thing about the Asvine pen that I think is extremely helpful. And it's something that the Aurora nib does not do that I know of. I have to try it. But this nib threads out. So you could thread out the nib. So if you're a person that doesn't like piston fillers because it's kind of a pain in the ass to clean. It is. This will unthread. You could take out the whole nib unit, clean it that way, or you could also, do it other ways. I mean, I don't know what you prefer or how you like to clean your pens. Everybody's different. So, but I do like that. You could thread this out. The Aurora, it does thread out. Okay, that's my bad. So I've never taken this apart before. That was my first time. So it does thread out. But those are good aspects of these pens is if they thread out, easier to clean because piston fillers, I don't normally go for piston fillers simply because I don't like to clean pens. I really don't. I don't like cleaning pens so much that I have somewhat of an accumulation of inked pens on this desk right now that I am not going to show you. So between these two pens, there is a huge price difference, but with one pen, the Aurora, you get the name brand, you get an excellent writer, and the Aspine's an excellent writer too, but for about $585, you get a classic name brand pen, a lighter weight pen with, I believe this pen has an ebonite feed, 18 karat gold nib, whereas the Asvine, you don't get really a name brand. I mean, it's still kind of under the radar. I hadn't even heard of Aspine until a couple months ago when I did the dupe show on Juicy Broads. I fell in love with the name. Aspine, emphasis on the ass. That's freaking hilarious to me. I had to have a pen where I could emphasize a cuss word. I mean, if you guys have been watching my videos, you're fully aware of how this brain is starting to operate, right? I mean, it's stuff like that makes me laugh, and it's important to laugh. It is. But I really enjoy the Aspine. I've really enjoyed having this pen, being ready to write as soon as I take this cap off and touch it to paper. It's just a really great deal for under $30. So you can find this pen on Amazon. It also is on AliExpress. That's where I've seen them. I don't know of any other websites that are selling them. Maybe you do. If you do, you can always feel free to leave them in the comments for others to find this pen. But Amazon, it's great because if you're a Prime member, of course, you get it like in 2 days. So can't really beat that. And AliExpress, it takes, it takes a week or 2 weeks, depending on if you get the AliExpress choice items or whatever. I'll let you do that research and enjoy that. That's all for you. But that's all I have to say about the Asvine P50. I'm a fan. I will likely add another to my collection. And for the price, it's excellent. I do encourage you to try it out or run out and get one yourself. Okay, that's it. And that's how the ink flows.